So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. Now a first down carry, it's Williams. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. 2 yards on the carry there, it'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. It goes as a gain of 8 and moves the chains. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs. It gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. It's Hill, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
This is zone defense, and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call. You got to be really careful as a passer about how long you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And they'll get this down to the 10. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Mahomes now on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. He'll leave this for Ware. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Spencer Ware from 10 yards out. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Butker now to kick this one away.
Number 10, the deep return man.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Tight right. Even. 4 down. Side. Block 80. Takes 2 of them. Rush in.
Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he stopped immediately there.
Let's go.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Snickers, you got to spin.
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And McDonald here over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways because Most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Goes underneath for Bell. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Eight. Right here, he's tight on the right. Set. Blue 30. Guys, check me out. We got 3 down, but we got to stand. Kings. Double. Check. Snickers, 66.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Jack 16. Set. Black 20. Snickers, 66. 8. 44. Double bump. Mike, check. 44. Focus.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger.
10.
Man open left side is Brown. That one goes for 24 yards.
Jack 16.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. In for the score. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And the QB rating right now, sky high. 4 for 4 on that opening drive, and it ends with a touchdown pass.
Yeah, I don't know quite how to figure it out. I think I need my friends from MIT to come in and help me. I think 158.3 is the number one.
Yep, that's the
right.
high
That's
mark.
the highest you can get. That's where he is. He'd like to continue on that pace.
So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. Back here with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We've had the kickoff to begin the first quarter. Now it's time for the second quarter kickoff. And they've got it here with a first down.
This area does allow for vehicles to hang over onto the sidewalk.
And out come the Chiefs now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are you going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
Tight left. 4 down. Set. White 80. 50. Check. Lucky. Takes 2 of them. Shift. Alert 3. 20.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Chris Jones on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Set! White 80! SOS. Heat, these two. SOS. SOS. SOS.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. This is Bell on the dump-off. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Roethlisberger will throw. That'll be taken in there by James Washington.
Let's go!
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
3 down. Check. 53's Mike. Check.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The pass rush specialist, D. Ford, in on the stop.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Strong right. We got set. Blue 30. Back. 44. Black, it's on.
A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. And it's caught. It's Brown. Touchdown Steelers. Antonio Brown, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. Extra point now by Boswell. This time, the extra point up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game.
Pittsburgh is lined up for the kickoff. Number 10, back in.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, and give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. So a minute 56 to play in this first half. Back to Heinz Field after this.
Double tight. We got 3.
Now Mahomes throwing on second down. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's fourth.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Mahomes in the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on fourth.
Left. 3 down. Z.
Here we go, 4th down, Mahomes escaping the pressure right. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. Mahomes now on 1st down. Flushed out right. To the right side, it's Kelsey. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. The Chiefs will try and get to the line quickly. A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like he did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
How many times have we seen when a quarterback exits out of the pocket, doesn't matter to go left or right, the defense loses its leverage, right? There's a little chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline on that play. They didn't let that happen and held it to no gain. You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hill. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
I got 15. I got 15. Ready. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Mahomes to throw once more. And he checks this one down to Williams. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And that one finds the ground, breaking a string of 5 straight completions. And it brings up 2nd down. No, 3rd down. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Now it's Mahomes again. Being chased out left. He may try and run for this. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. They converted once earlier on this opening drive, but now comes a big test. 4th and goal.
Ready!
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Flush to his right. Kansas City touchdown.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the 2nd half.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. Butker now to kick this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Set. White 80. Solid. 5 down. 4 down. He's coming.
Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. He's going deep for Brown. It's caught inside the 25. Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And Boswell's kick is good. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Butker now to kick this one away. Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
4 down.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Set. White 80. Flag.
Now Roethlisberger going to hand it down. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game.
Set. Black 80. 3 down. Jack 16. 50. Kill. Takes both of them. Check.
They go play action now. Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down.
That's be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. Roethlisberger will stay out there, and they're going to go for it on 4th.
Tight end to the right. Move. Set. Blue 30. Hey, we got 3 down. Big. Check 99. No spacing. Kill. Why, sir?
They'll indeed go for it with Roethlisberger. He's going deep for Brown. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And, boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively, just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll bring up a second down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. It's almost a tendency breaker.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Black 58 rail.
They'll give it to him up the middle, and that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal, and he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Sammy Watkins from 6 yards away, and the Chiefs are in for 6.
Great field position has to be one of the best friends an offense can have. When you don't have very far to go, you should cash it in with points.
Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Butker now to kick this one away.
Number 10, the deep return man.
Switzer now to return. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
Jam. No spacing. 8. Mike's fofo.
On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster.
Hot.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That goes for a gain of 31.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Monday. Jack 16. 44. 50.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but someone was able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And he's brought down. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Here we go.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
Odd. 5. Set.
Roethlisberger keeps it, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in, and they catch him here and stop him for no gain.
Black, what's that?
Defense.
4 down.
Check 31.
They'll try to run it in with Bell. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
Watch tight end.
Low ball.
Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Eight. Middle. Five down. Stand up in. Snickers, 66.
Tighten up.
Corner. Wait, sir.
This time, Roethlisberger will throw. And it's caught. It's Brown. Touchdown, Steelers. Antonio Brown, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion.
Set. Black 20.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And the Chiefs. Now getting set to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
4 down. Slow. Ready.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 75 yards. And the Chiefs have taken the lead here in the fourth. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Butker now to kick this one away.
Number 10, back deep to return.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look good.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, 2nd and 10.
Set. Black 80.
2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Washington. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. And a quick slant gets exactly 10, and by the nose of the football, they've got a first down.
Focus.
All day, baby.
Big, big.
Under crunch, under crunch, under crunch.
Monday. 44, 22, 44. What's up? 59, what's up? 59, what's up?
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 35. And give him a gain of 37. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this.
Let's go, let's go.
What's left? What's left? Hey, here we go. Watch the
Set. Blue 30.
Watch the pass. Check.
These two.
44.
They'll pitch it out to Bell. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
Let's go,
The
let's go,
Steelers
let's go.
on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Set. White 80.
He'll look to throw.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Partner, you absolutely cannot take a sack in that situation. Now, it's also 4th down.
Let's go.
Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th
Eight.
down.
Alert, alert.
Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
AB. Set. Black 80. 44.
Sponge, sponge, sponge. No, no, no. Watch
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Chiefs are likely going to win the football game. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10.
Strong right. Strong right.
They start the drive off the ground. It's Williams. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And the Steelers signal for another timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
3 down, 3 down. Here we go now.
Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. As the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1.
So.
We got
Now Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Cody Sensabaugh. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trust in his quarterback and trust in his offense.
But still.
And then at the end, he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
Right. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Set. Like 5. Focus.
Check 13.
He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly.
Flare.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. It's a big play. Roethlisberger to Brown. And even 60 yards. Well, I guess at the very least, they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
Back to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. Boswell good with the extra point, and it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's going to take it all the way into the end zone. What a return, and they've taken the lead. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Well, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, the blow that hurts the most, the one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left.
Let's go. Monday.
Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
Middle.
3 down.
Set. Block 80.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check.
What is that?
Check the backer.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, You're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.